This is No Ordinary Podcast, episode 4, Doing It Wrong. And this will be my exes episode. No exes were harmed during this recording. If you are listening to this, there's no bad blood. But with that being said, it's still fuck you. I'm just going to dive right into it. Drake, if you haven't noticed, has been my past 3 episode titles. I really fuck with him. Next week's episode will be the last Drake title episode for now. He may come back because that's my boy. So with that being said, we're going to more so dive into why I chose the song that I chose for this episode. So I asked Twitter last week, do y'all follow y'all exes? And to my surprise, Twitter went crazy. Like, I don't know, you give Twitter a topic and they will give you what you need, honey, because my Twitter was on some exes, what are those? But some of them, like, I would probably say 60% of Twitter was on some like, nah, like I don't follow them. There was a 40% that was like, yeah, we left off on alright terms, there was no reason why, blah blah blah, which I understand, which is healthy and very mature, and shout out to y'all. I'm more so in the 60% only because I'm a firm believer in when it was a serious ex, it's very, very hard to be friends with them unless it's absolutely necessary. I think it's very weird to try to force a friendship with someone that you had romantic feelings for at a point in time. The only way I really see it being possible is if y'all were genuinely friends before y'all got together. And then I even think that's a stretch. I feel like with exes, it's more so of a what if, like a one, like the one that got away, shit like that. Because I feel like a lot of people still be fucking their exes, or still want their exes, or still keep up with their exes, whether you follow them or not, which is weird, but I agree with that. And I just think like there'll be a lot of times where you just end on bad terms, and once you end on bad terms, it's truly hard for you to go back to a friendship, to me, because it's like shit can happen, and I'm just speaking off of myself. I feel like once you cross me, you lost me. Like, I'm a firm believer of, I know, and it really may sound cliche as fuck, but like, once I'm done, I'm done. And it may take, depending on the size of your penis, how long I will stay dumb for. Just kidding. I'm not, but I'm not. I am, kind of. But it depends on how long I'll stay dumb for. Like, I may give a nigga 200 chances, and then another nigga may get 1. It literally all depends, but it really comes down to the fact that I was doing it wrong, like with the wrong people, and that's what I'm trying to get at in this episode. It's like, with an ex, they're an ex for a reason. Like, the relationship didn't work for a reason. Does that mean you have to hate that person? Absolutely not. Does it mean that down the line they could change and y'all could get back together or be cool? Absolutely. But do I think like you just hop out of a relationship and you could be friends with your ex? Hell no. Do I think it's healthy and mature to do so? It depends on if it's worth it or not to you. Some people could be like, I'm cool on friends, I don't need no more. Other people could be like, well, we put in too many years. But then it gets tricky because say that ex gets into another relationship. Say you're not in a relationship, or say you are in a relationship. Who's to say that Old feelings may not come up. You may not be jealous. And next thing you know, you're fucking with them. That's weird to me. And that's where I feel like lines should be drawn, because it's like, I don't have, and it's mainly fellas, so I do apologize, but I literally don't have y'all down for just being cool with y'all exes and not wanting to smash. Like, I don't believe it. I haven't seen it. And that's just that on that. Like, any dude I know, and first off, let me just give a moment of silence. I'm gonna let the pod breathe for these kings out there, because y'all really know y'all worth. Y'all know y'all worth more than we do, because dudes will really be done quick. Like, there are some dudes that, like, if they get crossed, they're not letting it happen again. And that's a fact. They're not letting you cross them again. There's no, oh, you get a second chance with some dudes. Like, dudes will really be done quick, like at the first sign of like weird shit. And then you have dudes that will be done with you but will still fuck with you, just not be together. Weird shit. And I feel as though doing it wrong for me just embodied how I be feeling about my exes. Cause I feel as though it's like Drake sparks it, and he's on some, when a good thing goes bad, it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of the world that you have with one girl. I feel that, like, because it's really not. Like, we will break up with somebody and really can't eat, can't sleep. It really be like a death when you end a relationship. It's like you mourn. You really go through the steps of mourning if you really cared about a person. Girls, a lot of the time, we dive into that. Dudes will not. They will go on some, oh, fuck that bitch type of shit and be out here hoeing the pain away. Sometimes girls do too, but at the end of the day, it's like, that doesn't help. People really fold when they don't give their self a chance to heal. I feel like healing is very important when it comes to any relationship. Like, you could have to heal after a relationship has ended with a family member, has ended with a homegirl. Like, people don't give relationships the weight that they deserve, and then you carry that baggage with you. Like, and nah, do y'all know how much like baggage costs? I'm only doing the one bag that you get with your flight. I'm not adding no extra bag. So my baggage is I only have baggage for one person. One, and that's my child's father. And that's because I have to. That's my bag. I don't have any room for no other bag. Unless it's money bag. And Ari, I ain't talking about your man. I'm talking about my own. I don't have room for no other baggage. I cannot handle it. My arms are not that strong to carry it. My back hurts because my boobs are big. I'm not going to be out here being on some Erykah Badu shit. I can't. And to me, it's just like, I feel as though people really don't give exes the weight that they deserve when it comes to just simply letting go too. Like, people will hop in a relationship and move on. People will force themselves to act like they're alright. And then it's like, I'm not going to come at my followers, but I feel like a lot of y'all was capped. Like, exes, what are those? Exes, I don't got them. Hell no, I don't follow them. When meanwhile, like, that was an important moment in your life, and don't act like it wasn't, period. Like, you definitely had an ex. You definitely cared about that ex, and that it is what it is. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And I really think that is a major, major problem that I want people to stop doing. Definitely not going to sit here and make it seem like, oh, it has to be all lovey-dovey and butterflies and shit. Because 9 times out of 10, when y'all ended your relationship, it was because y'all did not work for each other. So I'm not about to sit on this phone and be like, I said on this phone, I really be thinking I be talking to y'all like y'all are my friends. And if y'all don't feel like I'm y'all friends too, then what are we doing? Like, obviously we're doing it wrong, because at this point, we're 4 dates in and we go together. So, and that's on period. And I don't plan on none of y'all being my exes. How about that? But I'm just saying, like, give it the weight that it deserves. Don't walk around acting like a person didn't exist, because they did. Like, and it depends on the relationship. Y'all could have been together for a year. Y'all could have been together for 2 years. Y'all could have been together for 5 years. But at the end of the day, give that shit the weight that it deserves, because at a point in time, you fucked with that person. And it's okay to admit that you fucked with them. But at the end of the day, that does not mean that you have to be their friend or follow them. As for me, I tend to get unfollowed in the relationship because I don't be with the shits. Like, I'm real big on addressing some shit. I'm real big on, oh, I don't like that. I'm real big on, you gonna know I don't like that. Like, I don't play around. So I tend to get unfollowed early on. And then I get used to it. Like, so then by the time we break up, I was already not following you. So it really ain't no sweat off my back. But then I feel like I have exes where I don't have a lot of exes either, though. Like, I don't really count on y'all niggas. And that's because I'm not one of those girls where it's like, for me, I'm not oblivious to shit. Like, I don't see shit when it's just like my side, or, oh, me and this nigga messed around for a long time, so we went together. No. I legit probably have like 3.5. And the 0.5, you know who you are. But yeah, I don't be throwing myself into relationships either, because that shit is wild. And it's like, when you get into a relationship with somebody, you're really getting into a relationship with all of that person. So to me, it's like, I feel like I have to be at a certain point in my life, regardless of even when I was younger, to take on that type of emotional responsibility. So for me, it's like, I would say probably 1.5 1.5 of my exes I follow, and it be regular. Like, one dude, we don't communicate. We watch each other's stories and shit, but we don't talk on the internet. The other dude, we do communicate sometimes on the internet, like as far as like kids and stuff like that. I keep it very cordial, only because it's like, sometimes people don't, even when they move on, you know what you bring to the table, and some people don't get that type of love elsewhere. Like, it's really hard. Like, when you know you're some pressure, it's hard to let niggas play you like you're some mid. Like, when people move on, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but it's like, I knew what I brought to the table. So 9 times out of 10, shorty could be a nice girl. She could be the complete opposite of me, or she could have some of my traits, but I know what I got, and it's only mine. Like, nobody else, no other bitch could say they do what it is that I do, because it's what I was blessed with. So it's like, for my one particular ex, I know as far as conversation goes, he could always talk to me. I would give him good advice, or I would simply just listen, and that's why our relationship is what it is now. Then you have my most recent ex, where it's very much weird. Feelings are very much still hurt. It's sticky. And then it's like, I don't really see myself being able to be friends with that person anytime soon. Like, I probably won't follow the man until we're like 40, and that's dead ass on some Facebook shit. I probably still be on Twitter, but yeah, I don't think that I'll be able to like fuck with him on that type time, because you really have to start seeing in people that no, like, everybody's not a forever. Everybody's not a forever. Everybody's not a lifer. Like, motherfuckers do be put in your life to teach you lessons, and you may be somebody's blessing that they needed in that time, and it's okay. But you have to know when to close that door, because when it becomes like constant pain, I think that's where we let people push us and push us and push us. Like, I seen some shit on fucking Twitter, and it was like, you'll forgive a person so many times until you start to hate them, which is fucked up, because it's like, I feel as though it's like you will see the signs. Like, you'll definitely be on some shit where it's like, in the beginning, the same thing you don't like about your spouse, 9 times out of 10, end up being the reason y'all break up. People don't change often. And if they do, it's because they want to. You can't force it. So it's on some shit where it's like, people settle so much, like, and I hate to see it, because when you settle, it's on some shit where it's like, you end up, and I think this is where it really gets sticky for me, it's like you end up just on some reminiscing shit about your ex, or it'll be easy for you to fall into that trap because you're already on some settling shit. Like, your spouse, you probably really don't fuck with them. They probably did some shady shit. You're just in it just to be in it, just to have somebody, when at the end of the day, and I know it really may sound corny, but the first relationship you should be in, and the most important relationship regardless of a spouse, is with yourself. So that be it too. Motherfuckers don't be right within and then go and try to be with somebody. And that fucks up the algorithms too, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go and be with this person and I'm not right. So I know I'm not right. I'm gonna get this person this fucked up energy, this wish-washy ass energy. I'll be right sometimes, but most of the times I won't. Next thing you know, you're fucking up a good thing. And I think it's like, if people moved certain type of ways within the relationship, I think exes and healthy, cordial relationships will be able to exist, if that makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of us beef with our exes because shit ended shady. And then don't get me fucking started on fucking getting closure. Like, people, the only closure I get is the one connected to my motherfucking wig. Niggas ain't out here handing out closure. Like, a nigga will admit to something and then turn around and just like either do the same thing or make it seem like it's just this big hooray, like, oh, I admitted to doing it, now we're good. Like, nah, bro, I knew you did it when I asked you. You told the truth. That's what you're supposed to do. But I think as far as closure goes, for me, it's the apology for me. Like, I don't give a fuck about you owning what you did. It's, are you really sorry about what you did? Because it's like, that's where I get that's where shit gets crossed for me. Because it's on some shit where it's like, I know how you could love a person and hurt them. But what I don't get is how the fuck you could love me and hurt me. Because, motherfucker, I'm not just anybody. So I'm going to need for you to explain in great detail. Like, I'm going to need all that. Don't make you type me an essay, because I'm going to need to refer back to it when I get flashbacks and I want to cuss your mom out or cuss you out because it's Tuesday. Like, shit be weird. And I feel as though too many people, like, don't take shit serious. Like, y'all really don't. And I don't like that. Like, y'all gotta start taking people's feelings serious, because Playing with hearts is a fucked up thing. And then you'll end up on Twitter saying you don't got no ex. Fuck your exes, because people do weird shit. When if you do it right the first time, instead of doing it wrong, you wouldn't be in this predicament. Like, you legit wouldn't be in a predicament. Which brings me back to my boy. Drake really... Just maturity. And then not only did he hit y'all with I'm not playing the song and I'm not doing a lyrical breakdown on this pod, just to let y'all know, but he even hit y'all with some shit where it's like, he even had Stevie Wonder on the track, not only because he was the GOAT, but I honestly feel like because he's blind, and we be blind to shit. Y'all didn't even think of it like that, and don't say that y'all did. We really be blind. Like, talk about oblivious. We really will act like we do not know some shit is going on, or we'll just live in this bubble where shit's rainbows and butterflies when it really be fucked up. But like, Drake definitely saying like, I need someone different. Something's been missing. Like, our problem is we'll know all that shit and stay. And Drake said, we live in a generation of not being in love and not being together. But we'll make it feel like we're together because we don't want to see each other with somebody else. And then it's fucked up because it's like, we will hate to see it, but know that it's happening too. Like, we'll stay in some toxic shit, but know that like moves are being made. Like, people are moving to do what's best for them. And I think it's like, with me, I was always the understanding person in a relationship. Even the understanding ex, till this day, I have sympathy for all of my exes. Like, on some shit where it's like, I get the reason y'all did what y'all did. Like, I get it. I honestly get it. I understand it. I could put myself in y'all's shoes and see why y'all moved the way that y'all did. But it's just like, certain shit I feel like with people, we don't resonate with ourselves that it's okay to forgive a person and not fuck with them. Like, I could forgive you. It does not mean that I have to deal with you. Like, it really doesn't. Like, some shit that you did could be like some shit that I can't get over, I can't get past, and that's okay. Like, I don't have to either. So I just feel as though it's like, yes, I am rooting for everybody that's black. And that means black love. If you want to fight for some shit, Ali, fucking Creed, then go ahead and do that. But just know what you're fighting for. And make sure you're not fighting for the idea of something or a person that you think that you're going to get eventually. Like, make sure you're fighting for the person that you're with right now. In every part of them that they showed you. Don't just be fighting for, because a lot of us will fall in love with potential. And then when they never hit it, we be devastated when it's like, no, he's the same nigga that he was when I met him. You look up, it's 3 years later, and yeah, he's the same. Then that's when you gotta be mad at yourself. Like, do you unfollow yourself at that point? And that's why I feel like shit really be like a double-edged sword, because it's like, if you gonna give another person all that baggage to carry and blame them for the relationship and not accept the fact that you waited until it got as bad as it could be to leave a person. You gotta own your faults in shit. And I think that's when it becomes, oh, maybe I could follow him. Or give yourself time to heal and be like, okay, I could double tap. Oh, he's in a new relationship. That's what's up. She's alright looking, good for you. Like, Oh, look, your fucking little niece, your little cousin, your nephew, they got big. Oh, your aunt got married. She left that nigga Larry that was playing her. That's what's up. Oh shit, that is Larry. He lost weight. Like shit, you be needing to see certain shit. And with social media, it's like you're gonna see it regardless. And that's a fact. Like whether you follow the person or not, you're gonna see it. And I just know for me, it's like my exes, the one thing I want is for them genuinely to be happy. Anybody I loved, I will have a place for you in my heart forever. And that's anybody. And I mean ex friendships. Like there's homegirls who I ain't talked to in years over some weird shit, and there's no beef. Like, and we gotta dive into the fact that just because you don't fuck with a person don't mean it's beef. It don't mean it's up with them. It could simply mean like I just don't fuck with you, but I still want to see you win. So it's like that be my biggest thing. Like I still be wanting to see motherfuckers win, even if it's not with me. And granted, like when it's not with me, will it be the best win? No, but a win is a win. And I mean that in the most humble way possible. Like with me, shit could have been a blowout. Like shit could have been, we could have been the Lakers. It's okay to win though, in game 7. It's okay to win by 1. You still won. So that's what I mean on some shit where like I'm genuinely happy for you, but I also know that you lost one, and it's okay though. It's really honestly okay. And in conclusion, that's really what I'm honestly trying to say on this pod. It's like, in my old age, cause swear, I've really be feeling old lately. Like I be feeling old as fuck. But 27 minutes in, at 27, I honestly feel like I just want peace. Like honestly, I really want, and that's in all aspects of my life. Like I want peace as a mother. I want peace as a daughter. I want peace as a sibling. I want peace in my work life. I want peace in the relationship I'm currently doing with myself because I feel like it's hella important. I want peace in all areas of life, honestly. And that's just what I'm chasing at this moment. Like, I don't have room. And granted, I have my days. I'm not saying, like, I'm perfect and I got it all planned out. But it's like, I honestly don't have room to be carrying hate in my heart for people. Like, I don't. And I honestly don't have room on my account to follow you back or follow you at all. And that's just my opinion. I feel like it be okay, like it really honestly be okay to eventually, I want to get to the point where I could follow my exes, probably all of them. Like, all right, I see you living, but it's a time thing for me. Like everybody's time frame be different. You really can't rush another person's healing process. So it's like, I feel like once you're healed from a situation, I see no problem in following a person. Once y'all both healed, how about that? Because you could be over some shit and the next person won't. So you could tweet that you're going to a spot they put you on and they could throw their vibe off. And next thing you know, you muted or you're unfollowed and it be like that. But I just don't be having no room in me, and I will bring up the B word again, which is baggage. I can't do it. Like, I literally can't do it. And that's why I feel like we be doing it wrong. Like, we really gotta do better when it comes to ending shit when we know it ain't right, or when we do end it in a mature way. Like, don't just fucking be living out here and doing wild shit, and then you wonder why there's animosity and there's beef, or a motherfucker will walk past you like you never existed. Like, something had to happen for a person that you were with to see you and not speak to you. Like some Grammy ass shit had to happen for somebody who you loved, who you shared your body with, who you shared your fucking dreams with, who you shared a bed with, food with, vacations, bills. Like, something had to happen for a motherfucker to hate you. And we gotta start owning that shit. And it's on some shit where you can't force nobody either. Like, please, y'all, start walking away. Like, don't force some shit. Do not force it. Like, the moment you stop having fun with it, be done with it. For real, because, oh my God. I just want better. I just want better for y'all. I want better for me. I want better for us. We gotta do better. And it starts with the A word. Accountability. Your own. And then you could dive into eating that motherfucker up that did that shit to you. But own the fact that we be handing niggas the gun to shoot us. Or a motherfucker will shoot us and we be putting band-aids over surgical wounds. Like, we really gotta start doing better. And stop capping with y'all feelings too. Like, it's okay to be hurt. It is honestly okay to be hurt. Like, it's normal. It's a feeling for a reason. You cry, believe it or not, for a reason. We all have a pain tolerance. Whether it's a fucking tattoo, a birth, or a heartbreak. You have a tolerance on pain. Own it. Don't run away from it. Run towards it. Like, and I promise when you make it through the other side, you'll be able to follow that ex. And it may not even be on social media. It may just be in life in general. Like, you may be able to see them and not get a bad vibe. Like, shit could be like that. Eventually. It just all takes time. And with that being said, on this special pod day, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, episode 4, doing it wrong. We're really building something. And when we look back on episode 344, 244, 144, 44, we gonna be like, damn, we really made some motherfucking progress. And that's what I'm trying to do. Now, be great, be productive, and let's go out this weekend. I think Savoy's opening back up. Let's turn up. I want to see y'all. I want to see y'all exes too, so we can laugh. And if y'all exes got money, no, but dead ass. If y'all exes got money and we see them out, your pain has a price tag. Like, we never got our reparations, but go for yours. Your ex reparations. Like, if you see that man out or that woman out and you feel like they owe you, or you, like, y'all broke up that same week that 2K came out and he got it and you feel like you owed, or y'all broke up and you just got her that bag or some shoes, they could get you a shot, a little hookah. Like, that's light. So yeah, we definitely need to stop carrying around baggage and just boss up. Word to my nigga Mon P. Boss up. Replace that baggage with a boss. And then you ain't gonna have to worry about baggage because you're gonna be out here flying on PJs. So just think of it like that. But definitely let that hurt go. Don't be a hurt person who hurt people, because that shit is trash. And shout out to all my exes. Swear, I wish I could group DM y'all, but we ain't there yet. But shout out to y'all. I bang with y'all. Y'all taught me a lot. Each one of y'all did. And y'all will see what they taught me moving forward. So that's really, I told y'all, no exes would be harmed during this episode. I'm not even like into no shit like that. But Y'all did do weird shit to me, and the pod will eventually know. So it's up. And I ain't saying y'all names. And if I do, I could change y'all names. Like, everybody hates Chris. I really honestly, until I started doing my due diligence, I really thought he was really like saying his family. That man changed names of everything so he wouldn't have to pay people. The only name I think that was the right name was Julius, his dad, and because he's dead, he didn't have to pay him. Like, he wasn't wrong for that. And with that being said, facts, I'm really about to let y'all go. And enjoy y'all day. Whatever day y'all listening to the pod, know that I appreciate it. And yeah, it's up and it's stuck. Alright, 1.